Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, place of Binding by AFTERBIRTH Plus. A mind free and clear as we random a character that... Blue baby? Judas. Oh, a little scary. Felt a little jolt of adrenaline come through my body there. MRCL, Mr. Clean. Monet. Maybe. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Pretty simple as Judas. You have a tough task early, but not necessarily a task that's difficult to understand. You want to be able... This is just a terrible draw. As far as rooms go, this is real bad luck. It behooves us a great deal. Thank God that worked out. Oh, never mind, we're fine. Okay. Alright, we've earned this one too, by definition now. Here's what I was worried about on that fight. Because you might be like, you fought that guy 100 times. You take damage like 5% of the time. Why worry? Well... I was worried because I thought if we got hit by the half damage beam, that makes me so much more likely to die. So I was really, like, the bombs, you know, as long as they don't spawn in locations that truly just screw you, we're pretty much okay. It was the beam that I was worried about, weirdly enough. Even though it doesn't kill you in one hit, I was like, you know, comes out a little faster, a little harder to avoid. Alright, so I'm feeling real good, actually. This feels like a second secret room. It's helpful if you actually, like, push the bomb over. Hey, why don't you just place the bomb in the right spot? Who said that? Who? Show yourself, coward. Retro. What year is it? Place the bombs nicely where you want them to go, they say. Since 2014, I kick bombs, okay? It's my thing. You wouldn't even understand it. Like PK Subban doing ill-advised spinoramas as the last defender back. Sometimes they don't work out that well, but when they work, oh baby, it's an NHL 19 highlight reel-worthy goal. So, alright, it's a very similar floor to our last one. With the speed upgrade from our last floor, I would actually love to get the virus here. We could sustain the speed downgrade, and also, I mean, you know, I don't really need to talk about it anymore, but it would have been solid. I have to admit, I lied to you earlier. No, I misled accidentally. I said 2 videos ago was going to be my last Isaac video of the day, and then here I am. Well, I was intending on sneaking away a little bit to stream What Have I Done? Some Super Smash Brothers Ultimate because I like the game, and Piranha Plant just came out. And I don't really want to play as Piranha Plant. I've never really been that, you know, into playing the DLC as soon as it exists for a lot of stuff. Isaac being a notable exception for sure. But the fact that it exists has made me want to play more Smash. And, you know, playing some more as the Piranha would probably be a wise decision nonetheless. But, alas. My wife is streaming Parkitect. And this is not, by the way... I hesitated when thinking about how to even mention that, because she's not to blame. It's her day to stream, and it's my day to record. Kind of just, like, sprung the idea in my head without running it by her, but, you know, I figured I got a little downtime. The thing is, sometimes people, I think they... Well, I shouldn't say it like this, but I was gonna say, sometimes I think people don't, like, get it. But, you know... Me and my wife, we're a team. We're a unit, you know? Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. You remember that song. That was a big one, temporarily. I could, probably. I think we have the upload capacity that I could stream at the same time as her. But I don't want to, you know, potentially cut into her viewer share. I know there are streamers, like Justin and his, girlfriend, Unruly Babs. They stream at the same time sometimes, and I think there's positives and negatives, you know? The negatives are you're not coalescing 1 or 2 audiences to watch one person, potentially. But the positives are, you know, you're fostering your own communities, I suppose, which is cool as well. But I don't want to, you know, especially... I'm a creature of schedule, and I really... Like, the power of schedule to me is very important. So this would have been an unprompted stream. And that's cool, to have the flexibility in your life to put an unscheduled stream out there. But here's the thing. Schedule means 2 things. I think a lot of people, they look at schedule as like, oh, I have to do X here. That's not true. you know, just because you have a schedule doesn't mean you need to follow it. I mean, look at, is he gonna say it? Every other Twitch streamer on the platform, haha. But also, it means that, you know, sometimes the schedule also tells you when to stop. And that's been an important thing for me, is, you know, now, like, I start work, I used to just kind of work, get tired, go to bed, you know? Basically, for probably like 2 years, I worked, I don't want to say every waking hour because that's self-serving and incorrect, but I worked the majority of the day, every day, 7 days a week for sure, as long as I was home. And I basically worked from, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour after getting up until Kate said, hey, do you want to grab dinner? That was my, like, you know, Mr. Slate pulling the dinosaur's tail, and it goes, and then Fred Flintstone goes, quitting time. You probably could have used a better metaphor there, but you get the general gist of the idea and the so on and so forth. Now, you know, I have a healthier approach to work-life balance. And I'm like, you know, I'm going to be working, I don't know, maybe like 11 to 8, 11 to 8:30 today. Just because I can't fit in the stream. Still get some work done. But after that, I don't want to say it this way like it's, you know, torture, but no more work. And it really, you know, I don't want to, again, act like I'm some kind of incredible thought leader in the stream space. I've just been doing this a long time, and I think that somehow I'm very resistant to burnout, and, you know, my mental health has always been pretty good, but, you know, has been, to be honest with you, really good for like the past 6 months to a year, I think. And I you know, I firmly believe that, actually. Thought about getting that key, but I don't want to. You know what it comes down to is a big part of it was forcing myself to work less, you know? Being like, you know, once you clock in that 8th hour, and taking an actual day off has been a huge mental help as well, but like, just giving myself the luxury to work less. That's why I like the schedule. So, you know, maybe I will, maybe I won't fit in that bonus smash stream today. You know what? It's okay. You're banking future benefits, you know? You're banking a positive attitude, a little bit more space in your emotional capacity, having had a little bit more free time, not running nose to the grindstone for so long. I'm not trying to act like, you know, I've really worked myself down to the bone earlier in my career. I mean, I did, but I'm not trying to complain. I'm very happy with the fact that I had the luxury to do that in the first place. You son of a gun! I thought about bringing it up, but I was too busy filleting myself for working less. And if that's not the most self-serving thing I've ever talked about. And I was like, man, wouldn't it be funny if there was a troll bomb in there after I ran through the maze? And there was. Now, what's going on in this run since I started talking about how I'm some kind of pseudo-genius for recognizing work-life balance? I'm just saying, okay? I see some streamers and there's a pattern and there's nothing wrong with it, you know? This is the way a lot of people have built their followings. They're like, yo, bro, 15 hours of streaming today. It was really fun. See you again for a duplicate tomorrow. And then like 6 days later, they're like, boys, I'm beat. I gotta cancel my stream. What if? And this is literally just me saying, some of these people are an order of magnitude more successful than me. What if, for sustainability, you're having a good stream, it's going well. You normally stream, let's say, 7 hours. It's going well. Let's do hour 8. It's going well. Let's log off. Save some of that energy for tomorrow. Keep your schedule where it's supposed to be because you set it there for a reason. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Everything, and I'm not trying to be a model citizen or anything like that, but you know, so much of my life has kind of, and it's always been in order. Like, I've never been out of control as an adult, but I mean, you've heard me talk. I'm very boring. I don't, you know, prescribe the habits that, you know, lead to me having an unstable life for the most part. But the knock-on effect that I've had from getting my sleep schedule is, like, set is incredible. Sleep schedule set. What does that mean? Going to bed earlier, waking up earlier. Because I'm waking up earlier, now I have the space in my day to hit the gym. because I'm hitting the gym, you know, getting the endorphins pumping, physically getting into better shape, improving my health, physical and mental, improving my confidence, feel better. Also, anecdote fodder for Isaac. Feels good, so I got a smile on my face when I'm recording Isaac. What does that mean? Get through the episodes, play better, feel better, finish them earlier, got more time for Smash. That's right, boys. It all comes down to Smash Bros. Training. But keeping a good sleep schedule, you know, and again, I'm not subtweeting Austin. I'm like super tweeting Austin. This is something I have relayed to Austin many times in the past. I have had problems sleeping in my life, and I don't have the magic bullet to fix them. But what I will say is that one way to super destroy your sleep schedule is to be like, I'm playing Dota. Which is fine. You know, you're young. You got the time to play Dota. To be honest, as much as I'm talking about the knock-on effects of my renewed sleep schedule, which really I owe it to my nieces for infecting me with some kind of weird flu that just one day forced me to go to bed at like, you know, 10:30 p.m. I was like, man, I'm really tired. Hope I'm not dying. Here we are 3 or 4 months later, and I feel the best I've felt in years as a result of just waking up a little bit earlier. But it's not even waking up earlier, it's just waking up consistently around roughly the same time, you know? I recognize I'm preaching to the converted here. Majority of people watching this, you're going to school, you got a job, 5-6 days a week you're waking up at roughly the same time. You're like, I don't see why streamers have such a problem with it. Kind of in the same boat, but you know, here we are. I don't remember which one Brown Cap is, but it scares me. Please don't be like Dingle or Dip. It is not Dingle or Dip. I was not bringing anything up there because I was like, dude, we have a 73% chance for a deal with the devil. Like, we're certainly going to get one. We didn't, but a Thame is pretty good. Kind of like, maybe lost a little bit of luster for this item, but not too much. Especially if our luck stat, and, you know, at 2 it's pretty good, but if it stays pretty good. So yeah, I'm recording more Isaac today. And it feels good, you know, when you're in the groove. It's nice to knock out the same game. The other thing is, I'll level with you. I don't need Slay the Spire episodes. You know, realistically, when I started Day of Recording, I started on like a foundation, and I'm like minimum 2 Isaac episodes, because that's what I put out every single day. So, you know, just to get above maintenance, 2 Isaac episodes, 1 Slay the Spire episode. If I knock that out on a day, the day has replenished its own videos, and that's the philosophy that I have when I look for it. Everything else on top of that is gravy. Now, it's not quite so simple because, you know, on Saturdays I don't work at all, and on Tuesdays I don't record at all. So it's really, if you want to get super technical, which I'm sure you don't, but I'm already on this path, so let's keep it going. You know, you got to do 14 Isaac episodes, 7 Slay the Spire episodes over the course of what essentially amounts to 5 days of recording. So I guess it's closer to 3 Isaacs a day. But still, the thing is, Isaac, you know, there's like a 5 or 6 day backlog, and that's good. That's healthy. Slay the Spire, there's actually like a, and you're gonna be mad, but there's like a 2-week backlog. Now, the game has not changed much. There have been, like, very small... I mean, it came out, so there's been a patch, but, you know, it's a game with incremental development, so it's not really, like... There haven't been marked changes, and absolutely I'm going to do this floor over again. I hope we can fight the Fallen again, but I don't know if it works like that. So now I've been starting these days of recording, and I'm like... I really want to play Slay the Spire, because I've been playing better, although still doing badly. But I can feel the progress coming. I want to stay in the Crucible, and I really just like playing the game, but it's self-serving. Like, I've already overindulged in Slay the Spire, so to have just one good old-fashioned day that's just like raw Isaac front to back feels good. It feels classic. So check this out. I'm a genius. Please don't get killed by the Shade. I beg you. It blew up because of Brown Cap. That's a new one. I was gonna try to use a Thame to generate a Demon Heart. That's how many levels of woke I'm on right here. So I am, you know, should we do this? Again, I mean, you know me, right? Like, when I say should we do this, what I actually am going to say is yes. You know, I don't do that where I'm like, should we do this? No, but I'm gonna do it anyway because blah, blah, blah. I'm doing it because I think it's actually a wise idea at this point. By the way, holy card, sell me. Because as of right now, and I'm dropping this trinket, it scares the crap out of me. Sell me on holy card. Obviously, it's worth using, but, like, sell me on it. I really needed that key, my dude. Being better than garbage. Because I think the fact that it's involved with invulnerability and has the word holy in it, you know, it makes you think of holy light. So you, well, I mean, holy light is also good, but it makes you think of holy mantle. So you go, ooh, interesting. This seems good. And then you run the numbers and you're like, maximum this prevents you from getting hit once. Am I right or am I wrong on that one? And I'm being genuine, but I feel like it only ever protects you from a half heart of damage or one full heart if you're, you know, lucky. You use it at the right time. And even then, you're still going to dodge, you know, in most situations. So I actually feel like we probably would have gotten more benefit out of using it to play the Demon Judgment one time. As sad as that is. At least then we know for a fact it would have prevented 1 damage. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that we're at the magic number as far as money goes. That's right. 70 cents. Any shimmering green pennies in here? Luck upgrades? Doesn't appear so. We pretty much gave up our chance of boss rush, by the way. Hairpin's fine. We gave up our chance of, for boss rush to do this floor over again. And I stand by that decision, because I think that an 83%, or sorry, 73% chance of a deal with the devil is just fine. Probably worth more than... Thought maybe we got a spirit heart there, or demon heart. I think it's definitely worth more to have that extra deal with the devil chance. Now, we're in a very good spot. Offensively, this run's really ticking. I mean, Lil Brim, Demon Baby. Well, I should say Lil Brim Pact in particular. But I would love, and this is not what I'm looking for, I would love to see something a little bit more advantageous. Okay, Holy Mantle does not work like or Holy Card does not work like I thought it did here. And I am not willing to go too far on this one, but it really depends on what your definition of too far is, because some people would probably already consider this too far. And those people would almost certainly be correct. Okay, I'm gonna leave, and I should never have done this. Yeah, that was highly stupid, but also that's okay. That's one situation where I'll say shouldn't have done that one. I put the whole run in question for nothing, which is a very novel way to approach a streak. Did my heart skip a beat a little bit when that bomb was coming towards us? And maybe, yeah. Oof, that's the sound of my heart when we made a game-losing mistake. Ooh, that's... Come out with me. You know this song. It's by Charlie 2000. What do you mean that's not her name? Called Roman numerals. Look it up, sweetheart. So we're very dumb. I'm actually like, I'm embarrassed that I succumbed to base impulses on this run and thought, oh, there's no way that Demon Judgment doesn't pay out with something incredible. But it does. It adds a little certain je ne sais quoi into this run. There's no doubt about that. The next damage is the worst. Right now, everything's still okay. We're just a little bit not amazing. You know, a little bit scared. But, dude, honestly, so straight up, like, it's been pretty good having, the Book of Belial, but the Crystal Ball is going to be better. Or, sorry, the Straw. The Crystal Ball would be incredible right now, of course. So there's some golden chests in here. I'm looking for HP. Keybagger stole it. Okay, I'm out.
The moon
Alright, I'm good. I'm kinda, I mean, you can tell for yourself, I'm sure, but I'm looking for Magic Mush. You know, if anything, maybe this run can serve as a positive thing, a reminder that, I'm stretching the bounds of realism a little bit, but a reminder, you know, that, like, sometimes you're gonna find yourself in this position where you have to play a little bit more dangerously, or let me put it this way, you have to play more perfectly in order to succeed. So I probably, / definitely, should not have done this. And I am paying the price psychologically right now. See, that's the dangerous part right there. Tinted rocks? But there's no reason to be too alarmed yet. There's a Spirit Heart. Spirit Hearts are, they show up all the time. All the time. So does greed, apparently. Like, my man has been in our last 2 shops. And these have been shops where, let's be realistic, it would have been nice for us to have access. You know, probably the easiest way to gain a Spirit Heart is via a shop, especially when you have 89 cents. Gotta be careful here. Very nice. Hematemesis does not matter. Luck down matters, but in a bad way. Okay. So I feel like after a pretty ironic section of the video where I talked about how, oh, I've just got my life so together, I almost threw away a 1 run for essentially no reason other than to lulz. Please never say that again. Okay, fine. Dude, honestly, we should have kept brown cap now. Nah. Should have kept brown cap now. We would have unlimited heals off of poops. It's not like they show up all that often as you get later and later into the game, but, you know, interesting nonetheless. Pyromaniac's been showing up a lot lately, and it's definitely an item I don't think you can just turn up your nose at. Whether or not you have a problem with his shaggy clothes. He's just a skater boy. Said see you later, boy. Metal plate gives us a Spirit Heart. I remember that part. I can't remember the other part. Is it occasional anemia on hit? Occasionally it deflects a shot? It doesn't matter. All I know is that this is an item I've looked up about 15 times. Because every time I Google it, it's like, do you mean this recent search you did 2 days ago? Oh, hello. Windows, what happened? Windows has taken control. I mean, I still have control of my mouse, but like, what was the blum blum for? Are we out of space? We have plenty of space on the hard drive. Tomo, did you do that? I actually have no idea. You know what it was? This is gonna surprise you that I'm going down this road, but I think this is what it was. I just saw in my system tray that there was a cloud save icon, and I was like, what's that? And then I clicked on it, and it's like, hey, it's Microsoft OneDrive. You're not signed in. And I said, yeah, I'm not signed in. I haven't signed up for your service. And then I looked in the system tray a little deeper, and it was like, hey, recommended actions. Sign up for OneDrive. So I'm pretty sure that what stopped my video there was an advertisement for Microsoft. Now, the good news for you, Microsoft, is that as soon as I enroll in classes in the summer semester, I will sign up for your service because I get it for free. And I will leech some resources off of you as a result of that. The bad news is I pay for GitHub Premium, so you already got my money. Why do I pay for GitHub Premium? At the end of the day... Oh, Tomo wants to leave. What my son wants, my baby gets. At the end of the day, I paid $10 a month for GitHub Premium to have access to private repositories, because I recognize that using Git, even as an amateur coder, is, I don't even want to call it a necessary evil. It's a worthwhile service. However, I don't want to have public repositories, because sometimes I just work on garbage, and I know that it's garbage, and I don't need to be told that it's garbage. And then we get into this, there's like a, not a politics sort of thing, but people's feelings get into play, because they're like, hey, you know that garbage you were working on? Well, you know, I did some extra work on it in case you want your garbage to get better. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm happy that you did that. That's cool. But at the same time, it's kind of like my garbage. Like, I want to polish the garbage. I'm actually not going to take Goat Head. Are you proud of me? And, you know, both sides have a good case in this situation, because they're like, all you got to do is merge the code. And I'm like, I don't want to merge the code, because what if there's like a Bitcoin miner in it? And then they're like, well, why don't you look through the code to see if there's a Bitcoin miner in it? And I'm like, well, I don't even know what I'm looking for to know if there's a Bitcoin miner in it. And they're like, well, why don't you have somebody else do it? And I'm like, well, now it's a freaking job to... Your favor is now costing us both time. So, I mean, you get the idea at that point. So that's why I pay $10 a month to GitHub, which is now Microsoft. And it's fine. Here's the thing, you lose a lot of the moral ground to argue against software as a service, I think, when you are in an industry where you basically, and I hope I'm not like popping the bubble for anybody, but if you're subscribed to me on Twitch, you basically pay me $5 a month to use my emotes. It's incredibly, like, I'm thankful for it, is what I mean to say. But you're not actually, like, buying a service. Also, the ability to talk in subscriber chat. I'm happy that we've built a culture, because I do the same thing, you know? I subscribe to other people on Twitch. More people than I should, probably, according to my account. And, aka my wife. Let's try to find the item room. You know, there's no reason to rush here, except that we found the boss room, thankfully. You know, I'm happy that the fact that there's a culture built that, you know, encourages people to be like, hey, you know, I watch your stream, I get hours of entertainment out of it every month. Here's $5, and I get cool emotes and whatever. You know, that's cool. But at the same time, it's hard for me to rail against, like, Photoshop, for example, which is, you know, it's like an enterprise level piece of software that they charge, like, you know, $13 a month for. It's hard for me to take that position when I'm offering something similar, but almost like substantially less effort intensive than they are. And that's just because of my own unique hypocrisy. But anyway, hold on here. Let me check something. Oh, it's a useless email. What's a useless email? Hey, thanks for your contribution to Indie Mouse's Patreon. I'm just kidding. That being said, where is my shop and where is my item room? Hello, Tomo. Welcome back. How you doing, buddy? Tomo. Let's check this. Cause it's a late curse room. Check it and see. No guppy items. Well, I guess F me. Got some charges for the battery, but it's quite useless. Walked right into it. Literally tracked the shot the whole way just to walk into it. Now that worked out. It shouldn't have, but it did. Magic Mush is a wonderful item for us to have right now. You know what I'm most excited about via Magic Mush is actually getting fairly close to having something that we can use with Ares. Mr. Me, I have picked up this item by accident. So let's use it to turn into a free item that's better. He's done it. Mr. Me, you are a beautiful creature. You know what? Why not? It's okay. It's a very good trinket for us. I don't know where I'm going with this. Hit me with this real quick. I'm looking at this and I'm like, we can generate a bunch of flies, dude. We're paying like 1 cent for 2 flies endlessly. That's a pretty sweet deal. We just got an HP upgrade out of it as well. Okay. Where do we go from here? Probably you take this back. Okay, reroll all these. We can hold 2 items now. You know, I would say I would rather just pay 5 cents and then flip this over. I've made a huge mistake. At least you got that for me, and it is, I mean, that's 4 bombs. I'm not mad, but battery charge, please. Shouldn't have done it that way. Okay, you blew up. I would like the battery. And I'm sorry to say this, Mr. Me, but I'm going to take the candle. I did not mean to take the lovers. Now I do not have them. Oh, I did. Hold on. There we go. Okay, that was extremely messy. At the same time, we got some good stuff on the go now. That went very, very well. So I think we're pretty much stupid is the way I'll finish that sentence. But we're pretty much destined at this point to get win 18. Feels good, man. We've had some weird ones on the way. This one, you know, definitely has been up and down. There's no question about it. Dude, we need to we need to go with a different set of spacebar items. I would take Krampus's head, no doubt. You know why? This run, I don't have the capacity to use both of these items simultaneously. It's way too much hidden control and switching back and forth. Now, whatever one you take with you, I don't think it matters at all. I think, you know, you're just happy to only have one on the go at any given time. And this is a really, really good run now. Like, this run has gotten where it needs to go. That was real bad, because our HP is like... Or, sorry, because our speed was right at the threshold there. Hello? Thank you. Boss fight already. Is it my birthday? Like, look at this. We've definitely turned this into a very interesting run. And you normally when people say interesting, what they mean is bad, but in a, you know, in a polite way. This time, this run is good. And just like good interesting, you know? Like a Paul Thomas Anderson film. I still am not trying to harbor a grudge or anything. It would have been real cool to have the virus on top of this, because we would be just rolling in spirit hearts or demon hearts while doing poison damage, I might add. I might add on top of all that. The Hanged Man. I also would love, and there's still a chance for this to show up, I guess, but an orbital? Namely, I guess we would be looking for Sacrificial Dagger. But this run, it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, a floor ago, things were decent, but there was no guarantee that we were going to start, you know, getting... Looking so crazy, my love, got me looking so crazy, my love, you know? But here we are. Pretty much, you know, demonstrably untouchable. That's what you want. One heck of a spine on that dead end there. Now this is where you just gotta, you hit the snooze button a little bit, you say thank you, Demon Baby, you've done a wonderful job taking care of some of the riffraff, thank you so much, okay. Yeah, I think we're, you know, heads and tails above this run here. It cannot stop us. I'm actually real happy we do have Demon Baby. Otherwise it would be hard for us to hit the enemies. And you know what? Put this on your pipe and smoke it. Key beggar. Thought you had it in you to pay out with an incredible item there. I'm really trying to get you to justify your usefulness, because otherwise you're a little bit on the wrong side of the law here. Get him? Got him. Alrighty. Cool run. It's very rare, I think, that you end up... I mean, I don't want to make any enemies here. I like Ares as an item. There are... It seems like there's definitely two kinds of runs, for the most part. There's runs, and this is why this one's so interesting. There's runs where, you know, it becomes a dominant part of your run because you got that invincibility. And then there's runs where it's largely a negative because the invincibility comes out, you know, so infrequently as to make the speed down the most important part of it. No tainted, and by tainted I mean devil deal. How dare you? But this is a weird run in that it was basically useless for large portions of this run. I don't think anyone would doubt that. I actually forgot that we had it for a long time. But now it's like, it took a long time. It's actually extremely great now. Would be a little bit better if we could just, you know, finesse a single orbital into the equation, but you know, it's not up to us. That's up to the game. If the game thinks we're cool and you know that we've done a good job and we deserve to be rewarded, then the game can hook us up. Otherwise, it can, you know, keep telling me to go F myself. As it's done so far. I'm kidding. And actually, I'm realizing now, we were making a little minor mistake earlier. We really shouldn't use Krampus's head on rooms where there's no sense in it. We should just save it. And then we'll have double Krampus's head ready for rooms in which it truly matters. Like, for example, the Isaac fight. Nah. And I don't know how Vibrant Bulb plays into all this, honestly. I'm assuming it only gets one charge. I'm not thinking you can get, like, double the efficacy of Vibrant Bulb just by having 2 items fully charged. That would be sick, though. But does it work when both items are charged? Or does it work when one item is charged? I'm gonna guess it's probably when the active item that you're holding, you know, with the control button is charged. I just called it a button. It's a key. My mistake. Alright. Guess we can test that theory. With invincibility, even Shade is doing something for us. Money well spent. Alright. So we got Yera going too. This should be an easy win. And a fun run. Twice we dipped down into the dangerous levels as Judas. A little lower on HP than we'd like. The first one, you know, you start there. You got a great excuse. The second one, we did it of our own greed, you know? We saw a demon-shaped slot machine with a smile and a cleft chin. And we said to ourselves, that demon judgment's so handsome. Surely it's not trying to end my run in inauspicious circumstances here. And yet it was. And here we are, having surmounted it and serving as an inspirational cautionary tale as a result of that. But let's try not to let it happen again. No. That's 2 yeses. Crack this guy is good, but there's just no tier effect that makes soy milk feel right here. I wish that there was, because, you know, on an already 1 run, I like that item. We got a speed up via Sagittarius. So we're going to get invincibility literally upon entering every room. And then, honestly, a double crack this guy, that is enough to kill even, oh my god, even tough rooms in and of itself. Or just by itself, I mean. You know what? I'll do it. I don't care at this point. Let's get real weird about it. I mean, I've placed a lot of items on the blacklist recently. You know, the list of items. I stole that term from Sinvicta, by the way, but, you know, the list of items that I won't take under any circumstances. But I've also pulled a few off the blacklist. For a while, Eve's Mascara was in the never take camp. Now it's in the sometimes take camp. And I'm happy to do it, honestly. Because, like, you know, in some situations, damage is king. Is this one? No, this is one of those situations where damage just doesn't matter. So we might as well take more items that make things a little unusual. Is that all you get for your money? You know, we're going to generate more charges. That's fine by me. I just wish I could use Black Candle while in the invincibility here. And by Black Candle, I mean Blue Candle. Look, this is my first time playing the game. Be generous, please. Yeah, take 3 hits on this room. I think that's a very prudent way of handling the situation. But, you know, most of the time by this point, I'd probably still be saying, you know, there's a loss hiding somewhere in this run. See, I can do a great me impression. The truth of the matter is that, as of right now, there isn't really a great loss somewhere in this run, hiding out, waiting to show its true colors. Like, this is a... this one is relatively set. Crack the Sky, used twice, by itself, is probably enough to pretty much destroy Blue Baby, you know, in one fell swoop. Well, two fell swoops. Beautiful. Alrighty. Give me an item and send me on my way. Sure. With 18 wins. It does suck. We didn't get our second Crack the Sky. But look, I mean, even that did some real work. Alright, finish this one off. Thank you, Dry Baby. Haven't called enough attention to the Dry Baby moments on this run. You've done... Everybody, give yourself a round of applause. This was a fun one. We held it together. We interfaced with the dice room. It was a good time. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya.